few housekeeping rules, first of all. Everyone's mics are muted, but there will be an opportunity later on after the webinar is finished for your mics to be unmuted if you have any questions you wish to say. This webinar is also being recorded. So if you signed up with your email, you should receive tomorrow an email link to the recording of the webinar, as well as a link to all of our previous webinar series. And the chat is open, so please feel free to put in any questions you may have. I will do my best to keep an eye on the chat, but there will be a Q&A session later on after the webinar is finished. So what will be covered tonight? So navigating the member table, viewing and editing members, editing, resetting a member's login details, adding members, inviting members, verifying and unverifying members, removing members, hibernating members, exporting member details, merging duplicate accounts, admin management of families, and assigning and removing admin access. Now, to be a member on Foireann, Foireann is the main membership platform for the GAA, LGFA and Camogie associations. You must be registered on Foireann to be an official member of these associations. So if you are fully registered, you will have a green tick or a green token beside your name as shown in the images below. So now it's time to demo Foireann. So this is our test system. So this is all test data and none of it is real. There's also some features that you may see that are not yet available to yourselves. And because it is a test system, there may be some errors. So please bear with me if there are any errors appearing tonight. So this is the membership table that you will see when you go into your membership on the side of your web page. So you can see your members' names, their dates of birth, and their contact details. And this is the address and the email address. The wee monitor and phone icon where the ticks are, that means that the users have an account or do not have an account. So the green tick shows that the user has an account, which is a username and password. Means that a user does not have an active login to that account. So they do not have a username and a password. So they cannot access this account. The wee envelope is your club communication consents. So this is messages about your club activities, such as your training and any membership renewals. The wee speech bubble is for the additional club communications, which is for any fundraising or social events that the club may have. And then the wee camera is for photo consent. So if they wish to have any pictures taken of them and uploaded to social media, this is where you will see if they have consented to that. Then you have your wee medical box, which lets you know if a member has provided any medical details that they wish for you to know. So if a player has said that they have any medical problems, they will opt into this so that if an accident happens while they are playing football, the club will know the appropriate tasks that they may need to do for that player to keep them safe. Then you have your membership tags as well, which shows you whether or not a member has registered for the season or not. So you have your LGFA and your GAA tokens and so on. A search bar within this table. So if you want to search for a specific club member, for instance, by search for Aoife will appear along with anyone that may have Aoife within the contact details as well. As you can see, everyone who has Aoife within the email, it also is appearing. So if you want to be more specific, you will have to type in more information. And you can also search for people using their membership numbers as well. There's also the filter table, so you can filter for specific categories, such as your member types, your membership status, your associations, payments, and so on. So if I click into member status and go to registered, and I click out of the search bar, you can see that 4 members are fully registered for 2025. You can export these details to the bulk actions. So you can do the export filtered members. So if I click on that, you will see a file downloaded. And if I were to open that file, this is what you would see. So you can see the member's membership number, their names, gender, dates of birth, mobile numbers, emails, any teams that they may be part of. There's a lot of information for this. There's another way to get exported member data as well, which is within your administration section. So if I were to go to reports, you would have your members report here. So again, if I search for member type full, association GAA, and if I were to export that file, you can see the file has been downloaded. And if I were to open that file, this is the information I would see. So it isn't as detailed as the other exported file, but you can still see the club associations, the names, the membership numbers, and the address and email. There just isn't as much information about like the vetting status or any other details that they may have in the profile. So you can also edit your members' accounts. So if I go ahead into Aoife's, this is the members' account. So you can see the username and the email, and you can change the details as well. But you must have the consent of the member whose detail you are changing. So for instance, Aoife inputted her email incorrectly and she wants me as the club admin to change it for her. So to change this, I will need my current password as the club admin to change this. So if I were to remove the dot and put in my password, and if I hit confirm, Aoife's email has now been updated. You can change dates of birth and any of the consents. So this is where you would see your medical information, your photos, your club communication consents, and your additional club communications. You can also add clubs to the profile. by clicking on Add Another Club and then picking the association, the county, and then going through the whatever clubs that they may have asked you to add into their profile for them. I go ahead and click on Save. So if I just go back into Aoife's account, if a member is having difficulty logging into their account, you can give them the username. So if Aoife is having difficulty getting into her account, she can't remember her username. So as the club admin, you can provide that username to her. And if she is still having difficulty with accessing her account, you can send her a password reset. But you must make sure that the emails within the accounts are correct. Otherwise, she will not receive the email link to reset her password. Now I'm going to add a new member. So to do that, I have to go into Members Actions and click on Add Member. So I'm just going to put in my email so that I will be able to log into this account later on. And this new person is called Ronan Devlin. So he is male. His first name is Ronan and surname Devlin. So I'm going to leave date of birth optional and add in his phone number. Now, the phone number must contain the +44 if it's a northern number and the +353 if it's a southern number. If the number does not contain the plus, it will not work. So 353 and his address 566 Ireland, Antrim. And he has medical information. So he has asthma. He has consent for medical treatment, and he has consent for emergency hospital treatment if necessary. He does not want his picture taken, wants the club communications, and he wants the additional club communications. And he only has the one club that he is a member of. So if I go ahead and save those details, and if I search for Ronan, you can see his account has now been created. And he does not have access to it as he has the red X. Now, he has also become the club secretary, so he will require admin access. However, he cannot receive this access until he has an active account. So to do this, I have to invite him. So if I go back into the members actions and click on invite and invite him, he now has a yellow question mark beside his name. And this means that he has been invited, but he has not yet logged into his account. So I'm going to now log in to his account. If you just bear with me 2 wee seconds till I do that. So he has now been logged in. This is what he will see once he enters his login details received to him through the email. He needs to make sure all of his details within this account is correct, and he can go ahead and change any of the details if he so wishes. So once he clicks on save, he is now logged into his account. And if I go back into the admin account and refresh the page, you can now see he has the green tick beside his name. So to give him the admin access, I need to go into the members actions and update permissions. Now, since he is the secretary of this club, he requires the finance admin access and the club admin access. He cannot access any of the finance admin tools without having the club admin. So if I were to just give him the finance admin access and update his permissions and go back into his account and refresh, you can see he has the administration section, but he cannot access anything. So if I go back and give him the club admin access as well, and refresh again, he now has access to all the finance tools that he may require as the admin. Now, when you're registering members, not registering members, sorry, when you're verifying a member, if I go to Paddy. So Paddy is unverified member, but he has a membership. If he wants to get his membership ID, he needs to be verified. So he is down as a new member for the club, and this club can also be removed from his profile since he is not a verified member. But if I go ahead and verify him, which is again in the members actions and the verify, he needs to be put down as a member. So if I now click on verify, he now has the wee shield beside his name. And he has also now been given a membership number since he had an active membership and has now been verified. And if I go back into his account, you can see that he is now down as a member and the club cannot be removed. Now, if I search for Orla, she is already a member. Well, she's a verified member. If I go into her account, you can see the membership token. And if I unverify her, so to do this, they need to be put down as a new member. So if I verify that, the wee shield has now disappeared from Orla's name. And if I go back into her account, I can see that the remove button is now back within her account. You can also hibernate your members. So Orla has decided that she now wants to move clubs because she is transferring locations. So to hibernate her, you need to again go back into, actually I'll show this with Ronan since I'm logged in as him. Let's take away his admin permissions. So Ronan has decided he is now going to transfer clubs. So he is going to be hibernated. So if I go into members actions and click hibernate, unhibernate, and give the reason he moved away, I can now hibernate him. So he has now been removed from the membership table. And if I go back into his account and just refresh, you can see that the club is not showing up in his profile anymore. And he has the hibernated sign beside his name on his homepage. If you want to access his account through your membership table, you need to go to the filters, the member status, and hibernated. So he is still within the club. He has just been removed from any reports and teams and groups that he may have been a part of. So if I unhibernate him now, because he has now moved back, if I unhibernate, he is now being removed from the hibernated section and is now back in the normal active members table. And if I refresh his account, you can see his wee shield is back and the club is now back within his profile. Now, if you have accounts, duplicate accounts within your members, you can merge them. So there's two ways you can do this. You can search for the member. So if I search for Aidan, you can see Aidan has two profiles. However, he is a child. Now, if a person is under 18, they are not meant to have an active account, the username and password. They must have a child profile linked to the parent's account through a family, so that the parent can still access the child's profile and make any changes or register them themselves. So if I go ahead and merge Aidan's two accounts and merge him into the one that does not have an account. So this is his child profile. And you can check all of the statuses to make sure that they are either the same or similar. So if I go ahead and merge, click confirm, this is just a warning to let you know that you are deleting an active account into a child profile. So if I just click on confirm, Aidan's account has now been merged into his child profile. Now, the other way you can see your duplicates is if I click on Review Duplicates. Normally that would bring you back any duplicates, but since it has decided not to work, Shannon Black is a duplicate account. So if I just type in Shannon, she has made two accounts for herself. Now she could have forgotten her details for one account and has just created a new one, or she has forgotten she had an account and made a new account. But we are now going to merge it together so that she only has access to one. So if I go ahead and click on merge, I am going to pick the account with the most details. Yes, this account with the active LGFA membership. So if I click on merge, her accounts have now been merged together. So if I now type in PA Daily, or Digny, sorry, Digny, you can see that Patrick has two accounts, one under his name Patrick and one under nickname Paddy. Now you know as a club admin that this is the same person, but because there is more than 3 letters difference in his name, it will not let you merge these accounts together. So if I go ahead and try to merge these by making Patrick the main one and Paddy into Patrick, if I click on confirm, you can see that an error pops up saying that the names are not a close enough match. So you will need to go in and change the name in one of his accounts. So I'm going to go into his Paddy account and change it to Patrick. If I click on save, his account has now been changed to Patrick. So if I go ahead and try to merge these details now into this account, his details have now been merged together. Now, in terms of managing families as an admin, I search for the surname O'Hanlon. Aoife has 2 children, Anya and Aidan. However, Aidan is within her family, but Anya is not. So Anya needs to be added to Aoife's profile so that she can gain access to her daughter's account. So to do this, you need to go into your member's profile and click on the family tab at the top. And you can click add family member. And in this case, I'm adding a child to her profile. And if I search for Anya, she appears. And I can add Anya to Aoife's profile. And you can see Anya now has We Family underneath her name in the membership table. Now, if I search for the dailies, John and Jane Daly are husband and wife, and they wish to have a family together on Foireann so that if they want to register with a family membership, they can do so. So I go into John's account and click on family and make a new family and call it Daly. And if I confirm, a family has now been set up, but Jane needs to be added to the family. So if I click on add family, parent and guardian, and search for Jane, that is not her. We're looking for Jane Daly and add her to the family. She is now within John's family as a parent guardian. And you can see the family is now underneath her name. And you can also do this for, I go back to the Devlins. Orla and Ronan are brother and sister. So if I go in and make another family for Orla, call it Devlin, he is going to be added as an additional person. So again, same steps, click additional person and search for Ronan and add him to the family. He is now an additional person. Now, that is the end of the demo. There are some burn help and support details that you may want to know about. So when you are using the Help Center, this is the way you can contact us if you require any assistance. And it is also where you can find our webinar series for the past couple of weeks, and even the ones that will be in the future. Our webinar series, again, will be emailed out to you. This recording will be emailed out to you tomorrow, and you will be able to access, again, all of the previous webinars too. And please use our contact form for any queries that you may have. But when you're using this contact form, please use your admin email, as it will let us know that you are an admin and you will get priority with your questions. There are also some non-fund related support. So official email accounts, cover, player injury fund, and the disciplinary system. I will also just show you the help portal is in the side of the firm bar. So if you click on help portal, it will take you to the help center, the webinars, any news and forums. And if you want to get in touch with us, you can click on ways to get in touch. And our preferred method is write to us. You can also leave us a voice message and you can leave feedback.